emotional attachment. Because when you talk about religion, this is why we can't talk to a lot of people about the things that we study, because everything with them becomes emotional. We're trying to show them facts, but then they get emotional with us.
Right. Yeah, we gotta stay out of our feelings.
So it's like an emotional attachment that religion or Christianity gives to people.
It's fear.
Yeah.
When you fear, you know, you ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
Like you gonna look for something to say no.
Yeah. And everybody dismisses us a lot of times, because I would dismiss you when Hebrew Israelite. When we tell them how our journey through Hebrew Israelite, like how did that even happen?
Well, we was coming from Florida. You remember the last time? And we met a Hebrew Israelite, I think was it in Kentucky?
No,
Illinois.
We was like on the border of Illinois and Missouri. Yeah. Right by St. Louis.
Yeah. And we ran into him, and you was telling me, boy, stop listening to everything. And what, you remember we got into it over that? And we got into a big old fight over that. And
they was at the gas station having a long conversation. He was showing y'all things on his phone. And then y'all got back in the car and was just talking about it. But what made you even listen to what the heck he was saying?
I was already, young, so-called black man looking for something.
So when he came to you with something different,
I automatically grabbed it. Like, this gotta be it. I knew it.
And I didn't, because I was like, nah, that don't even sound
because
right.
We was always taught that black people ain't nothing. Like, black people ain't nothing. We was raised in Osawatomie, Kansas, and poverty. Moved to Kansas City, poverty, and the projects, and in the heart of violence.
So Jesus is the only thing that people in poverty hold on to.
That's why we hold on to Jesus, because we expect him to come back and make it all better.
So it's almost like a coping mechanism, like, oh, we're going to pray about it and it's going to happen and he going to come. There's been so many times where I done prayed and I'm done cried and shed tears and praying and stuff, and nothing happened.
And then he came to us. You the chosen people, don't let them lie to you, woo woo this, woo woo that. It sound good. To the person who don't know no better, and ain't studying their history, real history. It sounded good to us. It was me and Nate and you coming back from Florida, and we was like, this is what we want. This is what I want, because I took it seriously.
Yeah.
And
you went from not reading anything to
start reading
the Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess that was the beginning of the knowledge I needed to get to this point in life. Because how can you say you don't believe in something if you don't know nothing about it?
Yeah, and that's the thing. So, like, we grew up in church. We grew up believing in Jesus and praying to him and everything, but we actually never studied it.
Exactly.
Church never gave us...
The preacher always studied.
Yeah, the preacher always just told us things out of this, like, pick certain things to talk about in the Bible, but even like the preacher's preachings is more emotional based. So whenever you go to church, whether you go to church every Sunday or ain't been to church in a couple of years, regardless of how long it's been since you've been to church, whatever the heck it is that preacher says, it seems like, oh, preacher was speaking to me today.
Because he went to school to learn that.
Yeah, so he goes based off of...
He's not only go through theology, he goes through psychology. He knows what to say to these people. Right. And he's going to reach everyone in here. So
that's why everybody's emotions is just, they feed off of it. It's like, ooh, I need this. And, they feel better after they've done left church. And but then starting Sunday night, everything is messed up again. A
lot of them do. And I mean, like today they at church. Today's Sunday and they at church, and it's all a big corporation. Ain't no. We went through all these stages of learning. And we was running to everybody, taking a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there.
But when we found Hebrew, well, once you stumbled upon the whole Hebrew Israelite, and then once I started, it took me a minute to even
probably a year after
get onto it. But
you left me. We separated. You left me in Florida because you went to the job, and you told me this. You was like, yeah, I went to work and I started talking about you. Why are you talking about God so much? But then I had to check myself. That's what you said. You said you had to check yourself because if you believe in Jesus, why are you upset at this man?
Yeah, all he would do was just talk about God and want to read the Bible and all this. And I'm like, okay, that had never happened in our relationship before. But after that gas station, that conversation at the gas station, after that, that's all you wanted to do. So I'm like, well, dang, this is all you want to do now. Gosh, can we talk about anything else? Blah, blah, blah.
So we did pause for a long time doing that.
Well, you know, it was actually only in a span of like a couple months because we moved because I got laid off from the job. Well, I mean, I transferred with the job, and that was in June because we was down there 4th of July. It was in August that we left to come back to Kansas. So it was in August that you ran across dude. And then it was in August that we split and I went back to Florida. And then you came back in like maybe October because it was around your birthday or whatever.
I got on the gram.
Yeah. So then it was about maybe like November or so that I finally started listening or taking in what it was that you was talking about with the whole Hebrew Israelite wants to look in the Bible and stuff. So it was only like within a span of a couple months, and then after that we was in the Bible. We stayed in the Bible more than I did when I was a Christian. And then reading different books to understand the Bible and things like that, and trying to put different things together to really find out who the heck we are, because we know we've been lied to, we know we're not black, African American, whatever.
Right.
So we're doing all this study really to find out who we are and get closer to this God or whatever.
Yeah, we was praying to the east, doing all that, and nothing ever changed.
I started covering my head. No, well, I guess.
Only thing that changed that we changed ourselves.
Yeah, because we became more disciplined. It was something within us. We became more disciplined. So we started cutting out different things that we was eating, cutting out different things that we was doing. So maybe it helped us to see who we are more and realize that we are important, or whatever. So we just need to handle
focus on us instead of focus something that we call a God or a Lord or Jesus. These all are, we came to our knowledge that these are all made up characters.
Yeah, we just stumbled upon that though, just a couple of years ago.
All made up characters that these people wrote themselves into history. So, I mean, I don't know how much evidence people want. They can find everything, dinosaurs, everything, but you not seen no bones of nobody in that Bible.
And these are questions that we don't ask the preacher or nothing like that. We don't seek an explanation.
And another thing is a lot of Hebrews and brothers and sisters. I heard Muslims speaking on it, but a lot of brothers and sisters don't know about the Sesticane Act. They don't know how slavery started. They don't know where it started.
And the history of slavery comes from religion, right?
All that came from religion. Slavery. That's the core of it. That's the foundation of slavery.
Religion.
And if you don't understand that, then you're going to keep on putting yourself in these predicaments of slavery. Worshiping something that don't have nothing to do with your salvation.
Because it gives us the mindset just to pray and wait for it, and something's going to happen, and while we're praying and waiting, we just kind of sitting still. Not really doing anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can get into that deeper next time.
Yeah, but
on why we say God doesn't exist.
Right.
Because I've seen a lot of people, and this is why we'll bring you more into our lives, because I've seen a lot of people, majority of people who do believe in God, won't even do something as simple as feeding the homeless or, making sure your neighbor got a plate of food or something.
Yeah, a lot of Christians, a lot of people, Muslims, Moors. It goes so deep to the point where oh man, we ain't even gonna get in that. It's gonna take a long time and a long debate. But they just need something to attach to them. Everybody need a ride with something. They feel like they need this title.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you don't. It's not the title what saves you. It's not the status correction or nothing that saves you. Because you ain't never had that in the beginning. Before colonialism and imperialism and shit. You ain't had none of that. All you had was your mama and your father. You had the land, you had the tribe, you had everything.
Yeah, we definitely
but
have
us having this big old heart, let foreigners in to destroy us.
And that's another thing that people don't know is